Look at those deer tracks! I think today we're going to have some fun with Bambi Story. Click on play and join the fun with Alex and Lily. What's wrong, Kira? Why are you hissing to that beautiful toy? Do you know what it is? It's a little deer. His name is Bambi. If you want, I can tell you his story while we dress you up as him. Great! Once upon a time, there was a forest full of animals. They were coming out of their dens because spring had arrived. That spring was pretty special. They were waiting for a little deer to be born, the next prince of the forest. When he was finally born, the little rabbit Thumper let all the animals know, and they all visited the newborn. And that's how soon they all knew his name. His mom had named him Bambi. Bambi had spent his first year with his mom and with Thumper, his best friend. But one day, when winter came, they heard a really loud noise. Some hunters had shot his mom. Bambi cried and cried, but the prince in the forest came up to him and said, "You need to be brave because your mom is not coming back. Come on, follow me. I'll look after you until you can look after yourself." And that's how Bambi grew up. And one day, while he was drinking at a pond, he saw the reflection of a female deer. They immediately became friends. But one day, Bambi woke up to the noise coming from a hunter's camp, where some dogs were hounding his new friend. So Bambi remembered the words of the prince, and bravely, he went and rescued his friend. And that's how they fell in love, had babies together, and lived happily ever after. Wow, you look just like Bambi! Congratulations, Kira! You now know a new tale! Hi, Kira. Hi, Alex. Hi, Max. I can tell Alex is really surprised about Max's costume. Dressed up as a tiger, you remind me of a character in the Jungle Book story. If you want, we can tell the story while we dress you all up. Also, I think Kira had already dressed as a panther, one of the characters. Ready, kiddos? This is the story of a boy who Kira Bagheera, the Black Panther, found in the jungle. Kira Bagheera thought she'd take the boy with the friendly wolf pack. They named him Mowgli and raised him as one of their own. While she made sure nothing bad happened to him, Mowgli learned to live in the jungle and made lots of animal friends. But not all of them were friendly. Kaa, the snake, and especially Shere Khan, the tiger, were obsessed with getting rid of Mowgli. The leader of the wolf pack decided there was only one way to keep the boy safe. They had to take them to the man village, where he'd be with those of his own kind. Wow, you are definitely Kira Bagheera now, the panther! Mowgli didn't understand why he had to leave his home, where he lived with all his loved ones. So, he thought he'd rather escape than be taken to the man village. And he went into the jungle, where he found a nice bear called Baloo, who loved dancing and singing. And together, they ate lots of honey. But suddenly, some monkeys captured Mowgli and took him to their king, who thought that Mowgli, as he was a man, could tell him how to make fire. Luckily, Bagheera and Baloo rescued him and explained that he had to go back with the humans since the tiger Shere Khan was looking for him. "I'm not leaving the jungle!" the boy yelled. And once again, he went into the jungle. Do you want to hear the rest of the story with Kira Bagheera and Shere Khan, Max? Bagheera and Baloo looked for the boy everywhere, and they finally found him confronting the frightening tiger. Suddenly, a storm broke out, and even though Shere Khan attacked Baloo, Mowgli grabbed the branch of a tree that had just set on fire because of a lightning strike. He shooed the tiger away with it. Fire was Shere Khan's biggest fear. In the end, Mowgli understood that he should be with humans. If not, he'd be putting his friends in danger. And from that day on, he had a new home, but he would never forget his true family, his jungle family. Hi, Alex. Hi, Lily. Today's a very special day because I'm going to tell you the story of the princess and the frog while we dress you up. For example, Lily, you can play the princess and Alex the frog. What's up, guys? You don't want to dress up like this? Ah, I understand. Today you want to switch roles. What fun! Alex will be the princess and Lily the frog. And you, what are your favorite stories? Tell us in the comments. Alex, how about we start with you? It's so cool that you want to dress up as a princess. That way, I can tell you the story while we dress you. Once upon a time, there was a princess who had a dress like this. One day, she was playing with her golden ball, but it fell into a well. Suddenly, a frog appeared to retrieve the ball, and in exchange, the princess had to become his friend. The princess accepted, but despite that fact, she didn't treat the frog as a friend, but instead kicked it out of the castle. Yes, Alex, the princess did not behave well, but the story isn't over yet. Besides, we still need to add the crown to your costume. Wow, now you're a princess. I'll continue telling Lily the story, okay? Did you hear the beginning of the story, Lily? Great, so let's continue. As the princess didn't behave well with the frog, the king got angry with her. A good princess must be true to her word. If she promised to be friends with the frog, now she needed to treat it well. The princess reluctantly agreed. But when the frog asked for a goodnight kiss, the princess denied it because she thought it was disgusting. The frog cried and cried. Oh, calm down, Lily. The story isn't over yet. Do you want to hear the end with Alex? We're almost done, kids. Ready for the final surprise? As the frog was crying so much, the princess felt sorry for it and kissed it. Oh, you're so good, Alex. Wow, this is what happened at the end of the story when the princess kissed the frog. It became a prince. So now you know. Don't treat people based on their appearance, but on their heart. Are you ready to hear a story while I dress you up? Great! Today we got Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, there was a girl who loved her grandmother very much. Her mother, who knew how to sew very well, made her a hood. That's why everyone knew her as Little Red Riding Hood. One day, her grandmother became ill. So Little Red Riding Hood and her mother made some food to take to her. But Little Red Riding Hood had to cross the entire forest by herself. So she put on her little shoes and her red hood. Of course, before she left, her mother gave her the food basket and said, Don't leave the path or talk to strangers. It could be dangerous. Wow! You're ready! Max, you're going to play wolf. Don't worry, you won't be too fierce. We need to dye your hair. Little Red Riding Hood hadn't gone very far when she met a wolf who asked her, "Where are you going in such a hurry, Little Red Riding Hood?" "To my grandmother's house to bring her food." So the wolf decided to get ahead on the path to arrive earlier, and thus not only eat the grandma, but also Little Red Riding Hood. Don't worry, Max. You're not that kind of wolf. You're still as good as always. When Little Red Riding Hood arrived, the wolf had dressed up like Grandma. "What big eyes you have," said Little Red Riding Hood. "The better to see you with," the wolf replied. "What big ears you have," Little Red Riding Hood then said. "The better to hear you with," replied the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood said, "What a big mouth you have." And the wolf replied, "The better to eat you with." The wolf ate Little Red Riding Hood, but luckily, a hunter was passing by and heard her scream. Yes, a good hunter like Alex. He waited for the wolf to fall asleep to get Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother out of his stomach and replace them with stones. When the wolf woke up and went to the river to get a drink, he fell due to the weight of the stones and was swept away by the river. Thus the hunter saved Little Red Riding Hood and her grandmother. Do you like the story? Don't be sad, Max. Nothing like that is going to happen to you. At most, you'll eat the pasta in the basket. Kids! And then, they lived happily ever after. If you had fun with this video, don't forget to like it and subscribe to our channel. And join our great Toon Toon Games family.